Hello everyone, this is Mirsky for MLG TV coming to you guys with this cool play ZBZ matchup. First off, spawning as the Purple Zerg, recent addition to Team Liquid, he of course is going to be Sheth. And his opponent spawning as the Red Zerg in this matchup. Well-renowned player, sometimes for the controversial things he says, but also for his great gameplay. He of course is going to be Idra. This is going to be on the map MLG Shattered Temple, so no close spawns possible. Going to be interesting to see how this game goes. Idra with an extremely high win rate in his ZVZ matchups. Does not tend to drop a lot of ZVZs, so I think the early on favorite would probably be Idra, and Sheth known more as a ZVP specialist, more so than his ZVZ or ZVT, and just recently joining TL, so with that transition in mind, we'll have to see what Sheth does have in store here for Idra. We do see that both players are going to scout each other extremely early, be able to get a very good look at everything that is going on inside of each other's bases. Neither player actually dropping a hatchery or a pool just yet. Will be interesting to see the strategies that these two players do go with. In this ZVZ matchup, there's so many different openings you can go for. Obviously, early pools out of the question with the early scout here. But definitely could see either hatch first or speedling first. We do see Idra, it looks like gearing up to go for hatch first here. Sending that drone down to the low ground, banking up minerals. Looks like Sheth is going to be doing the exact same, so both players are going to be mirroring each other, at least for the time being. Those hatcheries getting started just now. Now we have Sheth going to be going immediately for his gas. Meanwhile, Idra is going to be getting out a couple of extra drones. So Idra never hesitating to take any advantage he can as far as drone count is concerned. Going to be delaying his gas for a little while. Now that gas just now going down for Idra. No pull down for either player just yet. You see Sheth now throwing down his pull. Idra is going to do the same. So fairly identical builds in the early game. Sheth with a slightly earlier gas. Might be deciding that he's going to open up with speedlings. We'll have to wait and see though exactly what Sheth's plan will be in this matchup. We do see that both expansion hatcheries nearly just a little bit over halfway to 75% done. Pretty well synced up with all of their tech is both players at this point in time. Sheth with a slight advantage in gas by taking that extractor just a little bit faster. If you look at the income of both players, you can see right now equal at 17 harvesters apiece. Overlords on the way for both players to allow them to up that drone count a little bit more. Probably going to be getting on at least a few lings as these pools pop up. Going to be starting their queens, getting those overlords out of their bases, and then they will be able to go into their actual builds and decide if they're going to open up with banelings or roaches. That's pretty much the two possible strategies you can go for. You can get ling speed or skip it. A lot of players will end up getting the ling speed though. We do see that both players actually will be getting the immediate Zergling speed started up here. No roach roaring down yet for either player just yet. So it's just going to be opening with the ling speed. A lot of drones getting their queens up as well. And now we do see Sheth though is going to make the first move. Is going to be going for the baneling nest over here in the back of his base. So Sheth definitely going to attempt to be the aggressor here early on in this matchup. As we can see, Idra with no roach horn or baneling nest just yet. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what Idra goes for. It does have drones back on gas here. So Idra now with enough gas to go banelings, but looks like he's not going to actually do that. But we do see Idra, a couple of links moving to the front of Sheth's base. Looks like they will actually get into the base of Sheth. That will allow them to get some good scouting information, get a good view of everything that Sheth is up to. Will they spot the baneling nest? Yes, they will. They will see the baneling nest going down. That will allow Idra to prepare for it. Baneling nest starts to go down for Idra. It is going to be a little bit delayed compared to Sheth's. If we look at the income tab really quick, we can see Idra has pumped out a couple of extra drones, up about 5 drones right now, so he could afford to lose a few to Sheth's banelings. We do see also the Spore Crawler immediately on the way for Idra. A couple of lings and also trying to squeeze out a few drones here and there. That baneling nest of Idra's is about halfway done, but here comes the big push by Sheth. Now moving forward with those lings. Wants to get them as far forward towards the base of Idra as he can before actually morphing into banelings. We do see 4 banelings now on the way for Sheth, but Idra's actually going to spot this. Moves out with his lings very early on. They're going to see if he can actually get to these banelings before they can actually hatch. Going to be extremely close. Looks like Idra will have the superior ling numbers, but now here comes those banelings from Sheth. It is going to force Idra to retreat. Idra does not have his baneling nest now, starting to morph into banelings, but it does look like Sheth's banelings are going to get into the base of Idra. Will he actually be able to get some good damage on his drones? One baneling gets taken out. Two banelings get taken out. One baneling remains. Will get into the drone line. Does a little bit of damage to some of these drones. And now here comes some lings for Sheth. We'll pick off a drone or two. If we look at the workers kill really quick, we can see 2 drones did go down for Team Liquid Sheth, but not getting any more damage than that done just yet. And now the lings chasing each other in the middle map. Idra trying to do some counter aggression here. If we look at the income tab really quick, we can see Idra still does have quite a sizable lead in the harvester count at this time. Even adding more drones while he tries to counter pressure Sheth here. Sheth with a lot of lings, though, is going to force Idra to back up. Here comes the baneling. Oh, it would be absolutely huge if he got that hit on those lings with that single baneling. Now Sheth's going to send 2 lings forward to try and pick off his baneling, but Idra is going to intercept those lings and take them out. And now it looks like Idra's going to be poking around the front of his base. Sends one of his lings forward. We'll see these packs of banelings from Sheth. But Sheth actually with his zerglings not around these banelings. Idra might be able to take 1 or 2 of them out. But no, Sheth does manage to get there just in time to defend his banelings with his lings. And now both players are going to be microing back and forth. Here comes some banelings forward for Idra. Once again, going to see if he can get some good hits on the banelings of Sheth, but just barely misses them. Does manage to take out 3 of the banelings of Sheth for just 2 of his banelings. So a little bit of a better trade there for Idra. But Sheth's still going to be trying to aggress forward, but Idra does have a few more banelings over here at his natural. Sheth needs to be careful, almost losing all of his lings to those banelings. Both players microing back and forth feverishly. And now the baneling explosion does go down on a couple of Idra's lings, but not many of them. We do see even more banelings getting morphed in here now for Idra. Sheth clearly with the superior numbers of lings and banelings at this time, but Idra with a slightly superior count, already up 16 more drones over Sheth, and does have the Roach Warren on the way as well. Roach Warren about 75% complete. As soon as Idra can make that transition, he will be able to get out of these Roach Baneling Wars, and Idra actually manages to take out 2 or 3 of the banelings with a couple of banelings of his own, morphing more banelings in over here as natural. Sheth needs to be careful, almost loses a bunch of banelings. And we do see now a couple of banelings are moving forward. Idra does manage to take those out, though, and has some banelings left, but Sheth's going to try and run by. Loses a lot of his lings, actually, to the banelings of Idra, but now might have superior position. This is going to be an extremely close battle between the lings of Idra and the lings of Sheth, but Idra's going to reinforce some more lings and should be able to clean it up. Sheth now sending in a couple of lings to try and take out the banelings of Idra, but that single spine crawler going to be able to defend them. Sheth trying to get some damage done, but won't be able to do it. Roach Warren is now up for Idra. Is going to be immediately building some roaches. Wants to end these ling baneling wars as soon as possible. Sheth going to be coming forward once again with some lings, but Idra is actually going to intercept these and force Sheth back into his base. We do see Idra with a huge harvester lead right now. Just those couple of extra drones he's been squeezing out here and there, put him so far ahead in the economy right now. Now we see Idra might actually be going for the queen or some of the drones, but we do see Sheth is going to reinforce some units, should actually clean up these lings just barely. Yes, now we'll be able to clean those up as a couple of extra lings hatch. Idra's going to try and get some damage done, but likely won't be able to. We do see in Sheth's space now, he has gotten up his Roach Warren as well, is starting a very fast +1 ranged upgrade. Idra has done the same. Both players have started their lair. Idra now working off of 4 gas. If we look at the income tab, 53 harvesters, just 37 of Sheth. Sheth does not have these 2 gases yet, so Idra will have a slight advantage with the gas income that will allow Idra to maybe do a little bit more than Sheth can. Sheth actually has not even gone to his lair yet, so still running on hatchery tech. While meanwhile, Idra not only has his lair up, but also has a macro hatchery on the way, has a couple of roaches out already, starting up that roach speed along with the overlord speed as well. Going to be pressing forward now is Sheth with a couple of lings. Wants to try and scout out everything that Idra is up to. Needs to be careful because there's a baneling right there, but it does look like Sheth will escape now, and now Idra's going to be working on trying to take his gold base. We do see that Sheth was thinking about moving forward with a couple of units, but thought better of it when he did see that Idra did have the superior forces. We look at the income now, we can see Sheth starting to catch up a little bit, but still about 10 harvesters behind Idra. Idra now even has a macro hatchery, has that layer up in his main, has a lot of upgrades on the way for his units already. So Idra with a pretty sizable lead here going into the mid-game. And it looks like he's going to be powering off of 2 bases for a little bit while, but we'll probably be gearing up to take that gold base shortly. Down goes the hatchery, and that gold base will be taken. Sheth trying to do the same as well, but we can't see there is a huge supply discrepancy right now. 117 to just the 84 supply of Sheth. So Sheth running just a little bit behind Idra at every step, and it is starting to hurt him just a little bit. You see the double Evo chamber out for Sheth, but not actually utilizing both just yet. Now we see the carapace upgrade getting started. So Sheth is going to try and maybe get a little bit ahead in his roach upgrades to try and catch up to Idra. We do see that Idra going to be pooping some creep over here on this base, but obviously that is not going to make much of a difference. But now here comes a big push by Idra with a bunch of his roaches. We'll catch a few of the roaches of Sheth out of position. We do see that Idra does have the +10. Sheth has the 10 as well. More upgrades on the way for Sheth, but he will not have them in time. Here comes the roaches. If we look at the unit count really quick, we can see right now it is 33 roaches of Idra, so just the 16 of Sheth. Will Sheth be able to hold this massive roach engagement here, or will Sheth be broken? Now pulling all of his drones from the line to try and hold this push by Idra. Idra trying to press forward to see if he can win the game right here. Might be able to break Sheth. Sheth's force is getting extremely low. Sheth needs to reinforce, but having a hard time doing it. Has most of his drones actually forward trying to defend, and Sheth is going to have to GG out at game 1. Idra will take game number 1 and go up 1-0 over Team Liquid Sheth. And we will be moving into game number 2, guys. Well played game by both players. Idra just squeezing out those couple extra drones. Just had too much of an advantage for Sheth to be able to do anything about. For MLG TV, guys, it's going to be Nurski saying peace easy for now. I'll see you guys at game 2.